Hey everybody, well, making another really quick short video here for Poor Redneck World since my battery's half dead. Doing some plumbing work, dealing with some very old dilapidated plumbing, and I just wanted to make a little commentary video about it. If anybody's got any suggestions, love to hear them. So, this house that I'm living in has very old freshwater plumbing. It's got the old galvanized crap that's only rated for 20-25 years. This house is way older than that. And as I'm sure you know, you get rust and sediment and all that crap when these pipes deteriorate. It's not just the house pipes, it's the lines in the city. So, over the past 2 years, I've had to replace the toilet valve in my toilet over and over and over again. Here's the box. This is actually the new one. Same model that I've been using. Originally, when I had my first toilet, it was the old ball on the side rod. Got rid of that. This is the new design. So, anyway, so I've never seen anything on the packaging indicating that these were serviceable. Maybe I overlooked it, I don't know. But I recently discovered that they are serviceable. So the problem I'm having is the rust from inside the lines is getting inside the fill valve mechanism, and it's not stopping the flow of water per se, it's stopping the flow from shutting off. So, here's the float valve. There would be a black plastic cap that just clips on over there. I've already removed that for the interest of saving time. And then you'd have to grab the base. I've already pre-loosened this. Grab the base with one hand and then twist this mechanism up here and it disengages. That comes off. This is the inside of the fill valve. All those little orifices around the primary central tube port is what was stopped up with this. This is what I previously knocked out of the fill valve during one of my previous videos that I tried to shoot but got interrupted and had to delete it. So, that's just some of the rust that I got out of here. There's actually still left in some of those lower ports. There's still rust. But that's the problem I'm getting. The rust is coming in from the line, comes up from the center main tube, then it's supposed to disperse through those side ports, and those side ports are getting stopped with rust, which doesn't allow this portion of the valve mechanism to fully seat. And that's the problem that I'm having thus far. Okay, so I'm in the bathroom. I apologize for the poor lighting. That's simply the way my bathroom is lit. There's no light directly over the toilet, but as you can hear, it's still running. It's not running a lot, per se, as much as it was when I first started this little endeavor, but it is running, and that's consuming water. I know you can't really see much, but if you turn your audio up, I'm sure you can hear that the toilet is still running away. Okay, so we're heading out to the water meter now. And I haven't done anything. I just cut away from the bathroom. And let's see. Zoom in. Okay, so do you see the little white triangle inside of the red meter arm? That's the leak indicator. And it's running. It's not running as much as it was, but it is running. And that means I'm consuming water when I should not be. So, that being said, I recently got a phone call from the water company a few days ago. They said they were reading meters and said that I had consumed roughly 12,000 gallons of water, which is going to equate to a water bill well over $, which this time of the year, with me making the hours that I'm making and the bills that I have, yeah, I don't know how that's going to work. So, until I can figure something out, I'm going to have to just turn the old water meter off and leave it off. And then when I need to use the toilet, I got to come back out here and turn it back on. Okay, so back here looking at again, this is the new flow valve that I've already put in the toilet. Pulled it out, cleaned it, put it back, stopped up inside of 5 flushes, pulled it back out, so on and so forth, and I just don't know what to do from here. Every time I pull it apart, I get more of that. Now you might be saying, well, replace the plumbing. Have the landlord replace the plumbing. Well, we've already had quotes on that, and that's a rather expensive endeavor, and I don't know that I'll be able to get her to do it because the whole house needs to be replumbed. It's all galvanized. And it's not just the city lines, it's also, it's not just the house lines, it's the city lines. The lines that service the city are just as freaking old in most areas as this, and so it's more of the same. So, but for future reference, if you have one of these fill valves and maybe the city worked on your city lines and they got some trash in the lines and your toilet fill valve starts running and running and running and not wanting to shut the heck off, you know, chances are there's some way of taking it apart and servicing it. Maybe, possibly. This one you can. This is a not a flow master, fluid master. Fluid master toilet fill valve. Fairly easy to take apart and service. The problem is taking it apart and servicing it will not do you any good if you're in my situation, in which just as soon as you clean it, you got more crap like that coming in to take its place. So, the thought process that I have is to try to come up with a filtration system to go between the between the water supply line on the floor and the bottom of the fill valve. And I'm actually thinking, maybe, of investigating the possibility of buying one of those filters that you use for the ice maker / water dispenser on a refrigerator. I don't know what the input-output diameter of those things are. I'm sure I can jerry-rig something. I'm sure it'll end up in a reduced water flow rate going between the freshwater line and the fill valve, but it's a toilet. How much water pressure do you need? You don't. You just need enough to fill it, let it shut itself off, and then you're good until the next time somebody needs to powder their nose. So, but anyway, I don't have much battery power left. I'm going to end the video now. Leave comments open if anybody has a recommendation. Have you encountered this situation with a constant running toilet, even replacing the fill valve here, and it doesn't fix it because of the rust involved in your lines? How did you cope? How did you fix it? I'd love to hear some thoughts and recommendations, because at this point, yeah, it's become more than just a nuisance. It's terribly distracting and difficult, and obviously 12,000 gallon consumption per month water bill, no, that's not gonna fly for me. So I guess the train is my end whistle. That's for me to end my video. So thanks for watching. Comments welcome, and I guess I'll figure this out one way or another. I hope, because that's getting old.